Hey guys, my name is Adam, and I'm here for a Shogun 2 Total War multiplayer battle replay. This is on the Daisetsuzan Basin, and my opponent, over on the right over here, is Hunter Eagle. Now, the interesting thing about this map is that there is a ridge that runs straight down the center. You also have key buildings on either side, which I will show you. You also have some forest cover that you can use to kind of sneak around the map. And my opponent actually makes a large use out of this. Now, taking a look at my army, I have two sets of bow warrior monks with minor upgrades. I believe I increased their reload skill, as you can tell. So these guys will deliver quite a lot of pain. Bow warrior monks are some of the best archers in the game, tied with, I guess, the Daikyu, or I'm trying to remember what they are. I think the Daikyu archers or something like that. The DLC ones, at least. Behind them, I have three sets of Yari Eshigaru with 4 chevrons apiece, which is actually quite a lot of upgrades. I put the majority of that into melee attack and melee defense to make them a little bit more sustainable in conflict. Then I have 2 sets of Katana Samurai with 6 chevrons apiece. Yep. And I increased their melee attack, a little bit in melee defense, and morale as well. So these guys are very tough, and keep in mind this is medium fun, so they will give my opponent quite a bad time when it comes right down to it. Then I have some cavalry as well. I have 3 sets of Yari cavalry with varying upgrades. Over here I have 4 chevrons, 1 chevron, and 2 chevrons. So the upgrades are kind of everywhere at this point, but I increased the melee defense on the most of these guys, I believe. Yeah. So the reason I do that is so they have a little bit more sustainability in a cavalry fight, because I believe starting out these guys have 1 melee defense, which is absolute garbage. The main reason you use them is for the charge. However, I really like them for their sustainability once you put some upgrades into them. So that's why I chose melee defense. A couple people like to choose charge every now and then. Morale is also nice, but personally, I like the sustainability that they get from the melee defense. In the very back, I have my general, which is Itachi Uchiha, right there on his horse, looking magnificent. And I know a lot of you guys probably don't know this because I didn't have many subscribers the last time I posted one of these videos, but I actually have done Shogun 2 before, and this guy is quite infamous. I also had another channel where this guy was the star, and he was definitely a force to be reckoned with. Now, these days, my micro is not as good with Shogun. It's sad to say, but I am more used to Rome by this point. Taking a look at my opponent's build, he has a set of Great Guard Cavalry with 2 chevrons, a set of, or actually this is his avatar's bodyguard, and he named him, God, this is a tough name to pronounce, Nobutada Ujio, I guess. It's probably some figure from Japanese history that I don't know, but that's absolutely fine. Then he has a set of light cavalry, which he dismounted to try and capture the workshop, which he did manage to do. So keep in mind that his units do have an armor and melee defense advantage, which is something that I definitely want to stop immediately, so I'm going to go ahead and take over this workshop. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, he has revealed the rest of his army, and he has a lot of Naginata Samurai, and I'll show you more as it all comes into view. But first, he is going to be charging his cavalry in this direction. I move my archers forward to get some cheap shots on him, shooting him in the flank. So I'm causing minor damage. There you can see I killed 3, which is actually a decent amount. Keep in mind this is light cavalry though, and by no means are they good in a cavalry fight. So I don't really need to focus them, but they were the closest, so I decided to just attack. Meanwhile, we are going to start a cavalry fight. Keep in mind his Great Guard is very powerful. I'm going to charge into the light cavalry and instantly rout them for the most part. And he has a general right here as well. Now, keep in mind, this is a very dangerous area for his general to be in, although it is a melee general, so he can fight and sustain his army quite well. But I have a lot of cavalry here. He only has a Great Guard and his general against my 3 sets of upgraded Yari cavalry. I'm also moving forward my general, which will give me some morale support. And I have a Yari Eshigaru unit charging up this hill. Meanwhile, I am taking over that workshop, which currently is controlled by Hunter Eagle, although he is right about to lose it. In the meantime, as you can tell, I am starting to face some morale penalties, but he is losing his Great Guard. His general is the only thing that's really left, but I am facing severe morale penalties. So I'm going to charge my general in. I'm trying to keep his general kind of like stuck on my units, which actually works really well. He probably did not have his general on defensive formation. That means that he will be stuck by enemy cavalry, and that is exactly what is happening here, causing a lot of damage. He only has 4 men left in his unit, which pretty much means that he is going to die. There's very little you can do to get away from this. Meanwhile, my Yari Eshigaru are sitting over here, but there goes his general. I do rout him. I'm not sure if I kill him. I'm trying to see him. Where is he? I think I killed him. Yeah, I killed off the whole unit, so his general's now dead. He's moving his army forward, which is composed of Katana Samurai with pretty decent upgrades. It's about my level of Katana Samurai, which was pretty surprising to me. He also has a Nodachi Samurai here with 3 chevrons, actually. Then 2 sets of Naginata Samurai, which are very resilient when it comes to bow fire, and they will take very little damage. So good choice by my opponent. Personally, I opted for the Yari Ashigaru, and I'm going to form them into a spear wall. This is to negate the majority of their charge bonus. I'm also shooting a ton of arrows into these Katana Samurai, and you can see the bodies littered across the field. But he's going to charge in here. Now, keep in mind, this is Katana Samurai. Even though my guys are upgraded, they still have the upgrade advantage, and they have swords versus my spears. So I'm really meant for cavalry, but this does do a great job of stopping his charge bonus, which helps quite a lot. Meanwhile, he's going to try to outflank, but because his general is dead, he's facing some morale penalties. Meanwhile, he's going to charge this Nodachi downhill with his Berserk charge bonus, so it's going to be ridiculous. As you can tell, Nodachi Samurai have a charge bonus of 36, which in itself is insane. Plus, they got the downhill. I mean, just everything went in his favor there, and I believe he even used Inspire on them, or is that the charge bonus? I'm not quite sure, but my cavalry is now going to do a rear charge, and it's just kind of chaos all over the field. My Yari Ashigaru is holding the majority of his units really well. However, it is versing Katana Samurai, and eventually I will face a lot of morale penalties. Meanwhile, I'm moving a Katana Samurai into support, but here you can tell that his Katana Samurai are having a lot of trouble. I have bows shooting at them. I have a spear wall. I have more Katana Samurai coming around the flank. And not only that, their general is dead. So he's in a lot of trouble right now. But, I mean, I don't have many units. To be fair, I really don't. But I do have the power of a charge, which he has unfortunately lost. Also, I have mobility because I killed off all his cavalry. So I get some rear charges in there that are going to turn the tide of the battle. And he is facing severe morale shock. I've also put my general in stand and fight, which will make my unit's morale pretty much ridiculous and impossible to rout. Nearly impossible, I should say. But here's a rear charge, and that is pretty much going to be the end of his army. He does have this unit of Naginata Samurai, and one last unit in the very back. You can see a Katana Hero. These guys are insane. Look at those stats over on the right. I mean, these guys have 4 chevrons. They've done a lot of killing in their time. He's upgraded the charge and the melee defense, the melee attack, the morale. These guys are extremely powerful, and they can wipe armies very quickly. If he had actually used these guys during the main fight, it's very possible he could have won this this particular battle. But unfortunately for him, I don't know if he just forgot them over there or what his plan was. Maybe he kept them over here to grab the shrine, which he did get. I don't know. But Katana Samurai are definitely people that should be engaging pretty much at the front line. There's no reason to keep them in reserve. There really isn't. These guys can cut through enemy troops like butter. Those stats just speak for themselves. They are pretty much impetuous in their morale. Their melee attack and melee defense gives them great sustain. The charge bonus is ridiculous. These guys can cut people down like nobody's business. But now he faces the problem that I now have a hill advantage. He's going to be charging uphill into a Yari line, followed by Katana Samurai. I have cavalry that can do rear charges. I have my general coming up here who is going to go into stand and fight. And at this point, it's pretty much the end. I mean, there's no way that Katana Samurai can cut through this many troops. But right here, I'm going to go ahead and activate stand and fight. My general is going to get off of his horses. At least my bodyguard is, and my general. And they're going to form that lovely little square that symbolizes that we are going to stay here. We're going to fight. We're not going to run away, which is something that I definitely enjoy. Meanwhile, he's trying to fake me out. He was going for this unit, so I put them in spear wall. Unfortunately, he decided to redirect and go for this unit, which was not formed up. Very good use of micro there by my opponent. However, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to swarm him now. I have all of my units running in here. My stand and fight general is in range of this combat, so my men's morale is very good. And they will pretty much not rout no matter what. Keep in mind, though, these guys are Katana Samurai, and they're going to rack up quite a few kills. As you can tell, they're already at 24 kills, 26. I mean, they're cutting down troops like nobody's business, don't get me wrong, but I just have way too many. There's no way a Katana Samurai can fight this many units, and that's going to be it. There you can see their morale is fading, which is shocking considering they have 43 morale compared to my Katana Samurai's 11. That just gives you an idea of the difference in quality. Now, I think a mistake by my opponent was that he brought this Katana Samurai at medium funds. Personally, I don't like spending that much money on one unit, especially at medium funds. If you're going ultra or large funds, then yeah, bring a Katana Hero. But in this case, no. Medium funds, it's way too much money for the amount of troops that you can actually field. So I would not recommend that. Nonetheless, good game to my opponent. I greatly enjoyed that. Let me know what you think of my Shogun 2 videos, because I know some of you were asking for them. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in future videos.